Hi there folks, welcome back to Rich Reviews. I hope you enjoyed your week. I know I have. Let's get on with today's film here, folks. And so the latest film here, folks, is The Maze Runner, The Death Cure. And what is The Death Cure? I don't really know. Even after seeing this film, I don't really know. This is directed by a guy who firmly believes that he could be the next Peter Jackson by making a 2.5-hour movie. No, he can't. This is also written by a person who thinks, hey, screenplay is 2.5 hours. Oh boy. This had various delays going on because Dylan O'Brien got into a life-threatening injury while on set by performing a stunt. And I think that stunt may have been when he's hopping on a train here. If that isn't the stunt that nearly killed him, I don't know what is. Clearly, yes, Dylan O'Brien's Thomas is trying to rescue Miho, and in the opening act, you can see him trying to rescue him by rescuing a whole bunch of people on a train that Wicked is trying to perform experiments on. And Ava Page is like, yes, I want to get the cure down right. There are numerous arguments between Ava Page, and that's played by Patricia Clarkson, and Teresa, played by Kala Scaradorio, over about the biomedical issues of how do we treat these people and how much is the sacrifice for the population to go forward. You would think, okay, that'd be interesting. Sadly, it doesn't go anywhere, which is amazing, considering that, oh, look, we're trying to kill people to perform cures on mutating virus that turns people into zombies. We finally get around to seeing them in the flesh, and it's like, I don't really remember all the thing from the first place. Thomas is trying, along with Newt, and a couple of people I barely remember. One played by Rosa Salazar, who I barely remember that person's character from the last film. And again, that's how long this last film has come out. And, then of course they get to the outskirts of the city. That's, again, everyone is huddled in this big city here. And everyone that's plague-ridden or just down and out is trying to get in the city so they can take the city down for some unbeknownst reason. I can't figure that out why. And they run into one character here that is like, wait a minute, how are you still alive? The guy who, and when Miho, eventually talks to this one guy who thought he killed him, this guy says, well, you missed. And it's like, that is not possible. This character should not be alive. And yeah, the last film wasn't accurate to the books, and this one kind of is. Or it's like apparently the Teresa character was not actually supposed to be betraying the group. And apparently the Brenda character led by Rosa Salazar was supposed to be a love interest of Thomas, but now Teresa is. And it's the most lackluster romance. You don't see any chemistry between Thomas or Brenda or Thomas and Teresa, which is quite frankly amazing. And it's like, this film is 2.5 hours long. My God, what were the filmmakers thinking? Here's the thing, I actually liked the first Maze Runner film. I actually read the book afterwards. The second film, wow, it acted like a bad acid trip half the time. And as much as I like Ian Killian scheming it up, hey, if he wants to do a Littlefinger all his life, congratulations. Also, Barry Pepper shows up, and it's like, wait a minute, and Barry Pepper was in the last film. I barely remember him at all. He looks like Charlie Hunnam with a beard. Walter Goggins also shows up in this film as this guy who wants to get into the fortified city, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, is that Walter Goggins from Justified? And if it isn't, it looks remarkably like him. Last, I guess the Battle of the City feels too long. Another complaint I have is, if your girlfriend can't figure out if she loves you or is constantly betraying you, would you want to go back for her? No, you wouldn't. Kyle Scardorio looks bored. I mean, she looks like Kristen Stewart from the Twilight films, where they're like, I don't know why Patricia Clarkson's here. She's given nothing to do. The action sequence at the end of the film, that's kind of interesting. The opening train sequence, that actually is interesting. That takes a long time just to get from that train sequence to the end of the destruction of the city. But frankly, the last 5 minutes of this film go on and on and on. If you thought the last Lord of the Rings film had so many freaking endings and went on forever, wait you get a load of this film. It's just like there's speech after speech. Oh my. Here's another thing I want to say. I effectively have come to believe that this is the end of the young adult film genre. J.K. Rowling, for all it's worth, was an impressive writer who thoroughly thought out an idea and made some impressive characters, and the films were great, and depending on your point of view, the book series and the films were great. And ever since then, studios have been looking for, oh, what is the next Harry Potter franchise, or what's the successor to Harry Potter for all things. It's like, here's the sad reality of it. Harry Potter was Harry Potter. Every writer since then has failed to live up to J.K. Rowling's high standards of what or thought out story would look like. The two that came closest was Suzanne Collins' The Hunger Games and Sylvia Meyer's Twilight. They were undone by the fact that, yeah, Suzanne Collins couldn't come up with a satisfactory ending to The Hunger Games. And yes, Mockingjay Part 1 and Part 2 should have been one film. And Twilight was undone by the fact that the films were so awful. And then we got these whole bunch of other films, again, I can think of, The Seeker, The Dark is Rising, like the old Encompass, which flopped and basically killed off New Line cinema. I can think of, oh look, The Vampire Academy, I can think of Vampire's Assistant, you remember that? No you don't. A year or two ago, The Fifth Wave, and oh my god, that was just one of the most idiotic things I've ever seen, and it felt like something that you would see in honest trailers, or Mystery Science Theater 3000. And with this series, it's like, yes, there's one good film, one semi-decent film, and this one is just like 2.5 hours of utter nothingness. So in the end, folks, despite boasting one or two interesting set pieces, The Maze Runner and the Death Cure is largely a waste of time, which I hate saying, because I know there are a lot of people that really do like this franchise. But again, this franchise and this genre is officially DOA. So I'm going to say here, folks, for some really nice, sane reason, I'm going to give this a Netflix rating, because I think there are some people that are going to enjoy this film. Maze Runner and the Death Cure, have you seen it? What did you think? Your favorite YA books that you would love to see made into a film franchise? As always, like, comment, subscribe, enrich yourself with knowledge. I'll see you next time, folks, with another film. Yay.